In the NFC title game, San Francisco hosts the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay looked good last week in the first half against Seattle, taking a 21-3 lead, but that wasn't enough. They just barely hold down because the Seahawks came running back with Russell Wilson, but Green Bay held on in that game. The two Smiths on defense, each of them had 2 sacks apiece. The defense was keyed up last week, but I look at San Francisco, the way they played against Minnesota. They crushed Minnesota, getting into the quarterback as many times as they wanted, led by Nick Bosa in this defense. They had 6 sacks. But this is a rematch from earlier in the season when San Francisco just stopped Green Bay 38-7. They beat them at the point of attack. They beat them in the run game. They beat them in the pass game. And their defense had 5 sacks in that game. But the key is, if you look at Green Bay in that game, Coach, they were 1 for 15 on third down. That's hard to do in the National Football League. If they do that in this game, this won't be close. I love San Francisco in this game, winning this game at least by 34 points. I'm going to give them at least a little bit more, 34 points to 14.
Well, I think that San Francisco has been the most impressive team the entire year. And they have been outstanding on third down this entire year. They put great pressure on the passer. And the fact that the Packers got beat so badly. I know as a football coach, when you play a team and you lose, here's what happens when you have a rematch. San Francisco's going to do the same thing because it's been so successful. Green Bay's going to say, we have to make some changes. I think the big change they will make, they will run turn back protection, Mark, rather than man to man. There's no way that they can protect against Bosa and the great defensive line. However, if Devontae Adams gets enough time, Aaron Rodgers will get the ball to him. I also think Aaron Jones, a threat coming out of the backfield. I also think he's a pretty decent runner. I think it's going to be a much closer game than you anticipate. I look for Green Bay to lose this football game, but only by a score 24-21. I would not be surprised if those scores were reversed.